This New York Magazine cover is getting lots of press, as it should, for it features dozens of Bill Cosby's rape victims. It's an image that's both brave and brutal. If this doesn't get an award, I'll eat 10 copies. Shift to the latest Planned Parenthood video. Another gripping glimpse of hell on earth, told in a breezy fashion. It won't win
that
anything.
11.6 was pretty good. There was, I mean, there was like 3 or 4 samples we could have taken out of the 11.6. So that would be, you know, if we were doing like, 50 to 75 per specimen, that would be like 200, 300, right? And we'd be comfortable with that. But like, so it's like stuff like this. Like, we don't want to be like just a flat fee of like 200, and then, it's like.
No, and I think the per item thing works a little better just because we can see how much we can get out of it.
Ugh. It's amazing. So aren't these videos doing the same exact thing as that cover for New York, forcing a population to look squarely at previously hidden victims? Yet the media scorns this expose, as Planned Parenthood now begs them to suppress the reporting. Why is the Cosby story lauded, but these baby videos aren't? Maybe because you can have Cosby's victims on the cover, but there are way too many unborn victims to fit, even on a fold-out. And it's hard to sell ad space opposite the dead. I get it. Roe v. Wade said abortion is a woman's right. But how is carving up a kid part of that right? It never was. Planned Parenthood is now saying dismemberment is her choice, too. Here's why the media runs from this story and not the Cosby scandal. The guilty in the Cosby case is Cosby. The guilty in the Planned Parenthood story is humanity. When magazine editors look at those gruesome pictures, they see their own souls. You see not one monster, but a collaboration of evil that rains shame down on all of us. Not only does the story remind you of the ambivalence of evil, but your role in its execution. And perhaps more important, it's an evil you win no trophy for covering. So, Dana, you're in PR. Planned Parenthood has just hired a high-profile PR firm, SKD Knickerbocker. They're now in crisis mode. They're in trouble when they hire these guys.
Well, and you know that what they really are hoping for is a firm that can help them with the Democratic Party. Anita Dunn, who used to work at the White House, founded that firm. It's by all accounts a very successful firm, but there's no question that she has the political instincts and all of the contacts, as well as people that work for her, to be able to help advance a position from a liberal point of view.
Eric, the group Planned Parenthood circulated a memo to reporters asking them not to cover these videos because they were violated patient privacy.
HIPAA rules.
Yeah.
So a couple of thoughts. I watched these videos, and I watched the beheading videos of ISIS. These videos of Planned Parenthood were far worse. They literally made me nauseous. Don't watch them. I've never seen such callous, cold, just a disdain for human life than these Planned Parenthood people taking body parts up with tweezers, holding them up, showing each other these parts, and discussing how much they could get for this. Look at how it's disgusting. It's despicable. They need to go away. They need to be listen, I shouldn't say they need to go away. They need to be defunded by the taxpayer immediately. Kamala Harris, I say this right? Kamala Harris, in the AG in California, investigating the video maker is atrocious. Forget the video maker. Spend your money, spend your time investigating Planned Parenthood. These videos prove they were out for a profit at the expense of these people.
Don't you fear, Eric, that the scandal, the justifiable scandal over the callousness of the people portrayed in this video, might put an end to the harvesting of what would be garbage? They would throw it away, and there may be the cure for cancer in there.
Geraldo, there is no question that they were trying to profit. So you're saying there's no profit motive. I will tell you unequivocally, if you watch these videos, there's a profit motive.
My point is that you can't destroy the hopes of humanity for the cure of these horrible diseases because of the revulsion.
That doesn't justify criminal conduct.
You could use that argument for anything. What if we found that it was we found out that a fetus nutritionally was fantastic? Would we now have it for breakfast?
We already actually remember last week I talked about Amy Otto's piece in The Federalist, in which she talks about the science that has advanced on pluripotent cells that you can grow in a lab that have the same characteristics. So you don't have to do what Planned Parenthood is doing. The science has advanced us so that we can actually keep our humanity.
That's the problem, though. Even if we have this opportunity, we shouldn't be choosing it. We shouldn't be, because we can harvest the unborn, should we?
Well, and isn't there, when you think about it, that's a built-in incentive for Planned Parenthood, right? The more abortions, the more fetuses that they have that are described, that they can go turn over, quote unquote, for biomedical research. Why isn't there a serious call to arms to be able to investigate criminal conduct? You are not allowed to sell fetal body parts. That's where the investigation should be. And as Eric said, I mean, these videos are horrendous.
But you were a prosecutor in California. You know it is a two-party consent state, and these videos were illegally
And I'm telling
taken.
you that they don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Bring the case to the courts and see how it turns out.
I think
when you're like chin-chin with the wine and talking about body parts,
not to mention the fact
dishes
that
with little babies' eyes and feet.
If Republicans insist on making this the issue, this, along with immigration, Republicans will lose.
Or win.
November of 2016.
Yeah.
This makes the Gosnell ordeal look like Candyland.
And I sat through all of that testimony and the evidence and the picture. So, like, wake up and have a conscience, because there is a special place in hell for people that don't think this is disgusting.
All right. On that note, we got to move ahead.
Thinking it's disgusting is different than thinking it's illegal.
Well, there you go.
It's both.
Morality doesn't matter.